تاسع كيفكم؟ بنكمل على درس اسطنبول the city of أو a city of two continents. وزي ما حكينا أول 3 paragraphs كانوا أول paragraph كان introduction عن the city of اسطنبول، وثاني paragraph بلشت the writer كان Karen Rivers to tell her experience أو to she started to mention the things she did there. Paragraph 2, she talked about the Bosphorus, and in paragraph 3, she talked about the European side of Istanbul. Okay, and she also found changing continents fascinating, but for commuters, for people who live in the city, this might be tiring and boring. Okay, نيجي للباراجراف اللي بعده. Traffic is one of my least favorite things about Istanbul, and the roads are far too busy for my liking. In the large and bustling Taksim Square, you take your life in your hands when you walk across. Cars approach dangerously fast from all directions, horns blaring and smelling like old oil cans. Fortunately, there are plenty of areas in the city where there is little or no traffic at all. So whether you want to shop until you drop, view the historic sites, and relax in a courtyard cafe, there is somewhere that will be just for you. What is one of Karen's least favorite things that she didn't like about Istanbul is traffic. Traffic اللي هي traffic jam, أزمة المرور, okay? And the roads are far too busy for my liking to the large and bustling Taksim Square. Bustling means very busy. شايفين هاي الكلمة bustling means very busy. And large, إذا تقسيم سكوير اللي هو ميدان التقسيم, this is a very busy place, okay? You take your life in your hands when you walk across. What does she mean you take your life in your hands when you walk across? It means you risk your life, يعني بتخاطر بحياتك. Why? Because it's very busy and the cars are too fast. Okay, cars approach dangerously fast from all directions, and so this is why you take your life in your hands. Take your life in your hands, زي ما حكينا هذا الexpression معناه you risk your life. Why? Because cars approach fast from all directions, and approach means come close, يعني يقترب, تمام? They approach dangerously. Horns blaring, smelling like old oil cans. Horns blaring اللي هي يعني رح تشوفي cars تمشي بشكل سريع, رح تسمعي زمور السيارات بشكل عالي, and they smell like old oil cans. Fortunately, there are plenty of areas in the city where there is little or no traffic at all. So whether you want to shop until you drop, view the historic sites, and relax in a courtyard cafe, there is somewhere that will be just for you. So some places in Istanbul have little traffic. Not all of the places are overcrowded, but mostly it is overcrowded. يعني بمعظم الأماكن هي overcrowded. It's full of people and cars, but in some places you find little traffic. ما بيكون في عندك traffic. So if you want to shop until you drop, shop until you drop. This is an expression معناه to shop until you become tired, okay? To make shop or to do shopping until you become tired. View the historic sites and relax in a cafe. You can relax in a cafe and there is somewhere that will be just right for you, okay? So this paragraph is about the thing that Karen didn't like about Istanbul, which is a traffic jam, okay? And she also explained why it is dangerous to cross roads there because cars approach very fast and dangerously. And she also mentions some places where there is little traffic. She also mentions an activity that you can do, or 2 activities you can do. You can go shopping there and also rest or relax in a cafe. طيب بنيجي للباراجراف اللي بعده يا تاسع. In Istanbul, you can't ignore the history. ثواني بالله يا تاسع. In Istanbul, you can't ignore the history. Its magnificent structures are of real architecture splendor and a visual inspiration, especially if you have a camera to hand. By the end of your visit, you will have taken hundreds of stunning photos. The domes and soaring arches of the Hagia Sophia impress every visitor. This church, which became a mosque and is now a museum, was built in 1,500 years ago. I find it truly uplifting, and it's one of my favorite buildings. The city itself was established 1,000 years earlier by King Bizas, for whom it was named Byzantium. Byzantium. So it continued for 900 years until until conquered by the Roman Emperor Constantine and renamed Constantinople. Sultan Muhammad II, whose armies besieged and captured the city more than 500 years ago, made it the capital of the Ottoman Empire, which lasted until the Republic of Turkey was established by Kemal Atatürk in 1923. The city became known by its old name of Istanbul. Ankara, which is in central Turkey, became the capital of the new republic. Okay. هلا بهذا الباراجراف تاسع عم بيحكوا لك عن the history of Istanbul. So if you go into Istanbul, you can't ignore the history. Why? Because it's a historical city. It's magnificent structures. Magnificent means very amazing. Structures اللي هن buildings are of real architecture splendor. Splendor معناها جمالية, beauty. Okay. Architecture يعني من architectural art اللي هي الفن المعماري تاسع. اوكي. اذا الجماليه المعماريه عندهم the يعني forming of buildings, the way they built these buildings is very magnificent, and a visual inspiration برضو بتعطيكي روحانيه. تمام. You can see this يعني تعطيكي روحانية مرئية. Okay, visual means you can see it by your eyes, especially if you have a camera to hand. By the end of your visit, you will have taken hundreds of stunning photos. The domes and soaring arches of the Hagia Sophia. معطيكي هون برضو لاند مارك مشهورة بإسطنبول اللي هي الآيا صوفيا. اللي متكونة من domes and soaring arches. Domes means القبة. Okay, and soaring arches اللي هي rising curves زي الأقواس. تمام. أقواس المرتفعة of the Hagia Sophia impress every visitor, make every visitor very impressed. طيب, what is Hagia Sophia? Hagia Sophia is a church. This church which became a mosque. أول إشي كانت شو يا تاسع؟ كانت church and then it became a mosque. It became a mosque and now it is a museum. وهلأ صارت متحف. تمام. إذن أول إشي it was a church, then it became a mosque, then it changed into a museum. ورح نشوف كيف تاريخها هاي. It was built 1,500 years ago. I find it truly uplifting and it's one of my favorite buildings. Uplifting يعني معناها very eye-catching or very impressive, يعني مؤثرة, جذابة. Okay. It's one of my favorite buildings. The city itself was established, the city of Istanbul, it was established 1,000 years earlier by King Bizas. And then who established the city of Istanbul? King Bizas, 1,000 years ago. For whom it was named, what was it named first? Byzantium. Byzantium after King Bizas. إذا حسب ما هو اللي شكل هاي المدينة. أوكي. هو اللي طلع مدينة إسطنبول اسمه King Bizas وسموها إيش يستاسع؟ Byzantium. It was named after this king. So it continued for 900 years until conquered. After that, who conquered the city? مين احتلها يا تاسع؟ The Roman Emperor Constantine, and it was renamed Constantinople. إذن أول اسم لإسطنبول كان Byzantium. After that it was named Constantinople after the Roman Emperor Constantine. بعدين Sultan Muhammad II, whose armies besieged and captured the city. Sultan Muhammad, his armies, his soldiers besieged. Besieged means surrounded, حاصر, surrounded and captured واحتلها the city more than 500 years ago and made it the capital of the Ottoman Empire. صارت عاصمة المملكة العثمانية أو الإمبراطورية العثمانية, which lasted until the Republic of Turkey was established by Kemal Atatürk in 1923. إذن هي كانت العاصمة. Istanbul was the capital of the Ottoman Empire until the Republic of Turkey was established by this one, Kemal Atatürk, in 1923, and the city was named Istanbul. إذن صار في عندي 4 names the city of Istanbul in this paragraph. أول شيء Byzantium after King Bizas. The second one was called Constantinople after the Roman Emperor Constantine. But then after that, it was made the capital بس مش معطينا هون اسم. Okay, it was made the capital of the Republic of the Ottoman Empire, and after that Kemal Ataturk named it Istanbul, and it was not يعني it was no more the capital. The capital became which city? Ankara. Okay, so Ankara, which is in central Turkey, became the capital of the new republic. مين اللي عمل أنقرة هي الكابيتال؟ كمال أتاتورك in 1923. وإسطنبول تسمت بهذا الاسم by this يعني empire. Okay, emperor, by this emperor Kemal Ataturk. This paragraph is about the history of the city. Okay, and it mentions also some historical places, historical sites that cannot be missed. لهون اليوم